Hey, Michael Church, Crawl Space Ninja. I've got Dustin Klinger from Columbus, Georgia here with me today. And Dustin and I are going to talk about some of the things that he's done since he's been in business down there in Columbus and some of the problems many of the homeowners in Columbus, Georgia face. Stay tuned. Dustin, I just want to say I appreciate you taking your time. I know you're busy. As a matter of fact, I think you said you're getting ready to go on a little trip here in a minute. So we're going to get into this and talk to all of the people around the Columbus area and introduce you and your talk about what they're facing down there. But before I get started, other than Columbus, what other townships or things like that are you seeing a lot of activity and a lot of interest in for Crawl Space Ninja?
We just over the past few months, we've got into several over in Opelika, Alabama, Auburn, Alabama, Macon, Georgia, also LaGrange area, Pine Mountain area, Georgia, Fort Valley, Georgia. So we've had either jobs or some kind of lead in, anywhere within a 2-hour radius of Columbus, Georgia. So.
That's very good. Now you're the furthest south. I believe, yep. Unless Birmingham is further south than you. I'm not a geography expert, but I believe you're close to the furthest south of any of our territories so far. Is that correct?
I believe so. Yes, sir.
Yeah. So that's good. Now, in Columbus, you have been in business how long? When did you get started with Crawl Space Ninja?
I think we officially opened October 1st of 2019. So,
wow,
15 months. Yeah.
That's great. That's great. Now, since that time, what problems have people been calling you about? So what's the biggest thing that homeowners in your area are facing when it comes to their crawl space?
Sure. First and foremost, we have a humidity problem, especially come July, August timeframe, that the summer thunderstorms and all that stuff. Humidity first and foremost, and when with humidity and moisture comes mold, I would say that's number two. And then with the thunderstorms that come, standing water is the third main issue that we see. So
that's right. Now, a lot of people don't realize it is January, okay? And a lot of people don't realize that all of those issues you're talking about in July and August, those humidity problems, those standing water problems, those potential mold problems, may not be found until winter. We're all about indoor air quality. Like I was talking to Doug and Charlotte recently, and we did an interview similar to what you and I are doing. And he was telling me that a lot of the customers or a lot of the people he was coming to, they were saying that their allergies were spiking in the winter, that they were having difficulty breathing and all that. Are you seeing the same thing there?
We are. Yep. Yeah, typically that drives a lot of the leads in the wintertime. Because, seasonal allergies that people are experiencing, a lot of the mold growth, it seems to kick in around this time. So that drives a lot of it.
Well, and one of the reasons why that happens is what's called the stack effect or the chimney effect. All that mold and that high humidity is down in the crawl space. But when we switch over to heat in the winter time, the heat wants to leave. It rises up and tries to leave outside the house. And as it does that, it creates a suction or a funnel that basically pulls more of those pollutants out of that crawl space into the home. And that's why sometimes in the winter, people have more difficulty breathing in their home in the summer. So I just wanted to be clear about why people are seeing that. It's funny, and you've probably seen this, in the winter, the crawl spaces are beginning to dry out. Is that correct?
Yeah, absolutely.
As far as the wood moisture content, things like that.
Yes. Yep.
Right. So, and again, that's from people turning on that heat. So the heat starts to dry out the crawl. Is the humidity lower down there this time of year, or is it about the same?
No, I actually just checked mine, and it's lower.
Yeah. It is lower. Okay. Yeah. And then you don't have that cold air duct because you're not running the AC. So the condensation also becomes less of a problem in the Columbus area. Right. Yeah. All right. So that's great. Great information. I think that's important for everybody to know. What issues are your customers, your homeowners facing that they had no clue of whenever you go, and I'll give you an example. A lot of times, we'll ask people, well, is there any fungal growth down there? And everybody's like, no, we don't have any mold, anything like that. Is there something that you go there, you talked about humidity, you talked about standing water, mold. Is there a fourth or fifth thing that they had no clue that they had an issue with that you have to point out to them whenever you all arrive?
Well, to back up, I guess, one main issue that also drives it is buckling floors. And, if somebody calls, they have buckling floors, and then we'll go in and do the inspection. Well, here's your reason. You have that standing water. You have that high humidity and moisture, and thus the reason you have buckling floors. So, but as far as your question, what else do they not know they have? A lot of people don't really know what they have in their crawl space. Your crawl space, unless it's encapsulated, is pretty a dark and just grungy area that nobody really goes into, unless maybe they have a water leak or something down there, or HVAC problems. So people really, especially older folks that may not be able to get in their crawl space, or people that don't really want to, they really have no idea what's in there. So it's important for us to get in there, take a look, take pictures, and show you exactly what's going on. So,
well, and that is a great point. To your first statement about buckling floors, I went down to Birmingham just yesterday. Took Craig and Pedro with me, and we met with a homeowner down there, and their floors, they just spent a ton of money putting in new hardwood, and it didn't buckle, Dustin. It broke off. Cupping of the floor is the minimum. But we have seen where the hardwood has become detached from the subfloor, and it just like destroys the subfloor. So they spent tens of thousands of dollars to install this hardwood, and now it is all destroyed because they didn't know that there was a problem in the crawl space. So that's a good point to bring up. And the second thing you mentioned about plumbing leaks and all that kind of thing, we find that a lot. It's not the whoosh, it's not the pipe busted, it's that slow drip, that normally destroys subfloor and all that kind of thing that homeowners face. And that's why you bring up a good point. I want to talk a little bit about the maintenance program, because most people, as you said, don't go into the crawl space at all. But even after the crawl space is completed, there still needs to be someone that goes down there. So tell everybody in Columbus about your maintenance program.
Yeah, sure. So it's a semi-annual thing. For $300 a year, we come out and inspect and do the dehumidifier servicing, and just follow up on anything to make sure the whole system is being maintained and properly used. So make sure there's no equipment failures down there or anything else. So it's, for the amount of money, it's a good peace of mind.
Right. And most people don't realize if you purchase a car, for example, and you don't maintenance it, the warranty is void.
Yeah.
Well, that's the same with just about all mechanical products like dehumidifiers, HVAC, things like that. So we offer a maintenance. Now, the homeowner can do the maintenance themselves if they want to do it, obviously. But one of the nice things about having you do it is that not only do they get a corner-to-corner inspection twice a year like you're talking about, but you also extend the warranty of those products that are down there. Is that correct?
Yep, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, the April Air has a standard, factory warranty, but we extend that as well. So
that's right, and it's a lifetime warranty as long as they're on the maintenance program, and it's also transferable as well to the new homeowners, right? All right, great information. All right, so what other issues are you having now? From what I understand about Columbus, is you have mainly slabs and crawl spaces. Is that correct?
Yes. Yep.
Okay, not a lot of basements, although there's always the exception, right?
There's typically split level houses that we see that in, but other than that, really non-existent. So
right. So these homes have gutters, they have downspouts, they have different things like that. Are you seeing a lot of roof runoff that's hanging around the foundation that's causing issues where you can help them with outside yard drainage as well?
Surprisingly, we don't have a lot of gutters in Columbus. So we do see, roof runoff, but it's not, segregated to one area. But we do have issues with yard drainage. that we're taking a look at one today, actually. So hopefully we can help that family out. But we do see that. Absolutely.
Okay, so are you telling me that homes built in Columbus typically don't have gutter systems on there?
That's correct.
Oh my. So do you feel that's a good thing or a bad thing based on what you're seeing?
I've never seen it before. I grew up in Pennsylvania, so until I was in the Army and moved down here with my wife, who's born and raised here, I've never seen it before. So I was kind of taken back when I noticed. I started looking around at some of these houses. I'm like, there's no, there's never any gutters I'm seeing on these houses. My house included it. Maybe one quarter of the house has a gutter. The rest
are you seeing like a little ditch around the house where all that rain runoff hits the dirt and takes that soil out? Is that right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So it sounds like Crawl Space Ninja Gutters needs to come down and I'm just kidding. There's not a Crawl Space.
Yeah. I think so.
Yeah. So we've seen that a little bit, but it's very rare for a house not to have gutters. And we've also seen it where they have these decorative gutters where instead of a decorative downspout, where, these multi-million-dollar homes will have like a chain from a ship, right? And, so they got a gutter and then they got this chain that goes down to the ground thinking that the water is going to follow the chain, and all this other stuff. I mean, it looks great when it's not raining, but it's not effective at all. So if you've got that sort of thing, if you're in Columbus, man, that's a huge issue. I didn't realize you guys had those issues down there.
Huge. Vast majority of homes.
Wow. Okay. Well, I'm a little shocked about that. I got to be honest with you. So, and it just goes to show you every place is different, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you think that your place is like everybody else, but there's a lot of issues that you guys have that we don't.
Yeah.
So, wow. Okay. So what is the number one thing that you have found the homeowners that hire you? Why, in other words, what separates you from the competitors in your area? Why are they hiring Dustin at Crawl Space Ninja?
Our presentation and our final product, customer service. But I mean, I think our final product sets us, far above everybody else. So
that's great. That's great. So it's not about the price.
No, I mean, some people are going to chase that price. And if that's the case, maybe we're not the right solution for them, but our product speaks for itself.
Right. 100%. Well, and I think in the beginning, especially when a new territory opens up, some homeowners may be a little apprehensive because it's a new territory, right? Did you run into that when you first opened up?
Sure, we did,
right?
And rightfully so. In the eyes of a homeowner, they don't really know our background, so at least my background.
Sure. But now it's 15 months later. You're doing the crawl spaces the same day one and day 15 month. Is that correct?
Yeah. Nothing's changed.
Right. So the reason why I'm saying that is because if you're that homeowner that's concerned about that, what we want you to know is that corporate teaches Dustin and all the owners how to do that. That's why we chose this method of expanding throughout the country, is because it gives us the opportunity to teach every territory exactly the same way. We teach them how to train their ninjas, the sales process, the inspection process, the follow-up process, and all that kind of thing is exactly the same. So it's kind of like if you go to McDonald's or Chick-fil-A and they open a brand new location, you're not concerned, right? No. That's a brand new location because every McDonald's and Chick-fil-A operates at exactly the same. So, well, and the other thing I wanted to mention too that you brought up, Dustin, is customer service. I don't come from a construction background, and unfortunately in our industry, there's a lot of fly-by-nights and there's a lot of people that take advantage of people. As a matter of fact, the Better Business Bureau says that 80+% of the complaints that they receive about residential contractors is people that chose the cheapest price. Yeah. Okay, so it's huge. It's a huge problem out there. We focus on the customer service. We focus on every aspect of that from the time you call in and throughout. So really thank you for bringing that up too, Dustin. So I don't want to keep you much longer, but do you have anything else to say to everybody out in Columbus?
No, I mean, not that we haven't covered. I just want to thank everybody for the opportunity and at least getting us out there and taking a look at your house, and hopefully we can help.
That's great. That's great. All right. Well, Dustin, I really appreciate you taking time. As I mentioned, I hope you have fun on your trip. And my name is Michael Church with Crawl Space Ninja. We do interviews like this. We talk about air quality. We talk about different things. I hope you like this video down below. And if you want to be a part of our interview, whether you're a DIYer, a homeowner with a problem, we got an Ask a Ninja series that we do. Reach out to us via our Facebook page or our YouTube channel. And I hope you make it a happy and blessed day. We'll see you later.